Ladies and gentlemen, the CTDF Fantasy Football Show is on the air once again. Delighted to be back with you guys. I do owe all of you an apology for last week. I just felt that my energy had just been shot. I just felt so weak. Didn't really feel like doing anything. I just sat in my room, watched TV, and I just didn't feel up to doing a show. But I'm much better now, and we are here. We're going to talk about week 3. And I've got my buddies here. I got our commissioner, John Flynn. We have our two-time champ, Will Medina. And we got the main brand of sports, John Flynn. Guys, how y'all doing?
Good. Very good.
All right.
Hi, and the commissioner's name is John Natale. You said John Flynn.
Oh,
You got it mixed up, Tim.
hardly 1 minute into the show, and I get things mixed up already.
It's all right.
So
Yeah.
the commissioner is John Flynn. John Natale's down here. Oh,
You did it again, Jim.
Give this man a beer.
yeah.
Well, let's give him another beer for the sake of it.
Well, I just popped open one of these things, so obviously this stuff, even though it's very good, it's not going to be enough. So John Natale, our commissioner, is here. We got John Flynn here, and of course our champ Will Medina is here. So we got that cleared up. So why don't we go ahead and get things going here? Let's go back to our league scoreboard since I wasn't here last week. Looking at our standings right now, let me call that up here. Right now, in the Captain Morgan division, we have Spencer with his Stallions with a 2-0 record. So does our champ over in the Jack Daniels division. Will has 2-0. Log Jam in the Captain Morgan division is second place. Myself, Mark, Andrew, and Marty. John Natale has an 0-2 start. Hopefully he can pull himself out of that. And sweet Erica over in the Jack Daniels division. She's 0-2 now, and I'm facing her this week. And we got Cedric Nels, Flynn, and Adam, each with 1-1 records after 2 weeks in this league. But we can go ahead and go to our scoreboard right now. By the way, before we get too far, there is an NFL game in progress since this is Thursday night. We have a battle in the Sunshine State. We have a battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And as of right now, based on what I see on the Yahoo Sports page, there's 6 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter. Oh, actually, it's just been updated right now. 36 seconds left in the second quarter, and Miami is currently holding on to a 21-7 lead over the Jaguars. So, and we'll be giving y'all updates on that game, but that game's probably about to go into halftime. So, but as always, we will keep y'all updated. As far as this coming week, week 3 is concerned, which of course starts today. Right now, excuse me. I am in a matchup with Erica. I have a 1-1 record. Erica's 0-2. I'm projected to go 130.3 right now. Her projection is 107.3. Nels has a matchup against Andrew. And right now, Andrew has a projected edge of 150.3 to 142.2. And another matchup, we have Mark and his Toronto Flamethrowers against our champ, Will Medina, his Phenomenal Empire. Right now, projections go Will 157.9 and Mark with 149.1. Mark has two players that are currently playing tonight's game. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, and Mark is only one of us that has players going tonight. So
Yeah, I guess the rest. I guess the rest of us are going on Sunday and Monday. So, Flynn, you have a matchup against Cedric right now. Flynn has a projected total of 151.1. Cedric has 146. Adam and Marty have a matchup this week. Marty has a 150.3 to 146.6 edge on Adam.
yeah, and I'll hold it right there because that's going to be the most intriguing matchup of the entire bunch because Adam has Patrick Mahomes starting at quarterback while Marty has Lamar Jackson, and the two are going head to head on Monday night, and that matchup is pretty much going to determine not only who wins the Ravens Chiefs game, but who wins the matchup between Marty and Adam.
Yeah, and I've already put that as the game of the week. Of course, we will be speaking on that particular game later on in the show. And finally, we have John Natale, who's going to try to break his own 2 streak. 153.3 is his projection, going up against Spencer, who is projected at 132.1. And like I said, we'll keep you updated with the Dolphins and the Jaguars. Right now, Dolphins 21, Jaguars 7. Game is about to go into halftime. So, and I went ahead and made my predictions for this game. I thought Miami would score 24 points and Jacksonville would only score 20. So, so far it's working out okay. Looks like I'll probably get this one.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead and go into the rest of the Week 3 games for the NFL, starting. Get my clipboard out. Oh, starting in Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons. They're at home against the Chicago Bears. Atlanta 0-2. And I'm still shocked because the Cowboys beat Atlanta with that last second field goal. And truthfully, I watched the replay of that onside kick. I've watched it so many times. The Cowboys actually didn't recover that onside kick. The Falcons just gave it to them. Let's just put it that way. There was like 6 defenders for the Falcons, and
just standing there.
This was not a good idea to practice social distancing on this occasion, huh? But anyway, the Falcons are hosting the Chicago Bears, who are 2-0, by the way. And right now, Atlanta is picked by 3. So, Flynn, kick this one off.
So the Falcons gave up 38 points to Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. They gave up 40 total to the Cowboys after being down by 19 points at the half, and they're 3.5-point favorites. I'm not the biggest fan of Mitchell Trubisky. I'm not the biggest fan of Matt Nagy, but this Bears offense is going to torch the Atlanta secondary. Upset special. It gave me Matt Nagy, Mitch Trubisky, David Montgomery, and the Chicago Bears to go to Atlanta, start 3-0, have the Falcons start 0-3. Dan Quinn can't coach his way out of a paper bag if he even tried. Falcons are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL, as I predicted earlier in the season. Bears 31, Falcons 27.
Wow. We have an upset special to start this whole thing. Natalie, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to go in the opposite direction here. Yeah, I think the Bears' 2-0 start was a fluke. I think somebody has to stop them. Despite Atlanta having a very bad defense, I think they can do it because they got Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, who's off to a great start. So give me the Falcons 24-21.
Okay, so the commissioner's going with the Falcons. Will, what do you say?
I wanted Dallas to win that game because it proves that the Falcons are not good in the fourth quarter. And this is why Chicago's going to win. That's my pick. What you can repeat could be your undoing. So I'm going to take Chicago 27, Atlanta 21. And our friend Jason Meyer says the Falcons ain't shit. So, yep. I'll take Chicago.
The most overrated team in the league, the Atlanta Falcons.
Basically, in my honest opinion, the Falcons have still not recovered after the Patriots came back on them in that Super Bowl.
And they still
haven't gotten over that.
Because they haven't fired Dan Quinn yet. That's why.
Probably a good reason there. I am actually going to go with the Falcons because they're playing with a couple of big chips on their shoulder, and they're mad as hell. They just gave that onside kick to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys, with Greg the leg behind them, kicked that game-winning field goal with no time left. Like I said, they still haven't gotten over the Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. But I can see them bouncing back against as Natalie said, the 2-0 start is kind of a fluke. I mean, I still don't really trust Mitchell Trubisky. Still don't trust him. Matty Ice, or as I call him, Ice maybe. He can get shaky at times, but I think he'll pick it up this week. I got the Falcons winning this one by a score of 35-27. So I think we had two of us going with the Falcons and two of us going with the Bears. Split decision on that one. We'll see how that goes. Let's now go to a very interesting matchup. Not really a flashy matchup here. Very interesting. Buffalo Bills are at home against the Los Angeles Rams. They're playing in Buffalo. Buffalo is only picked by 2.5, Flynn.
If it wasn't for Russell Wilson, that Josh Allen would be in the conversation for league MVP. And there was this nugget that I heard yesterday regarding Josh Allen that there were three quarterbacks who threw for 70% completion percentage, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions through his first 2 games. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning, and Josh Allen joined the bunch. So the Buffalo Bills are clearly the best team in the division. But this to me was a difficult game to pick because both of these teams are well coached. Both of these teams develop talent well. But I'm gonna go with the home team. I don't know about the Rams going up the East Coast back-to-back weeks. So I'm gonna take the Bills to win this game in overtime. Bills 26, Rams 23.
Well, first he gives us an upset special. Now he's got a game going into overtime. Be interesting to see how he looks at the rest of the team. So, Flynn's got Buffalo over Los Angeles. Natalie?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree here. The Rams aren't that good. You basically got a first-place team versus a last-place team. It does have the more complete team. So give me them by a score of 33-23.
A 10-point win for the Bills. Champ, what do you say?
But before you go, the thing you have to give about the Rams is that the Rams' offensive line is playing so much better than they were last year. So that's why the Rams are 2-0.
Yes, they've definitely made a major improvement. Okay, Will, go ahead.
I just can't believe it, though. I mean, the Rams' last game, Tyler Higbee had 3 touchdowns. Woo! Something tells me that's going to be Jared Goff's favorite weapon, but not in Buffalo, and I'm going to tell you why. Flynn Ray said it. Josh Allen is determined to take this AFC East. And what has he done? Nothing but stellar. So I'm going to match Flynn right here. It will be an overtime, but not his score. Bills 30, Rams 27, and give Josh Allen another 4 touchdown performance.
Wow. That will be an interesting matchup there. Josh Allen against Jared Goff. That is going to be one of the most intriguing matchups of the week. Like I said, it's not going to be flashy or spectacular, but very interesting in my opinion. I've got the Buffalo Bills winning by a field goal, although I don't see it going into overtime. I say Bills 24, Rams 21. So I guess we're pretty much unanimous on those Bills.
Yeah, we all have the Bills to win and cover.
Mm-hmm.
Because as Chris Berman always said, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
I'm the only one that put them in double digits.
Right?
Yeah, I think the rest of you have them winning by 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Next matchup is one I really didn't feel like much of picking this one because it's basically a lunch break game. You don't have to watch this one because it's nothing really spectacular. It's the Washington No Names. That's what I call them right now. The Washington football team, as they call it, against the Cleveland Browns. Both sport 1-1 records. The game is in Cleveland. Cleveland is picked by 7. Flynn, go.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns this game because I simply think they have the quarterback advantage and the secondary advantage. So, but Cleveland's offensive line really, because I know they were playing a terrible Cincinnati defense that can't tackle for what it's worth. But you got to give the Browns credit that the Browns improvements on the offensive line in the offseason are the reason they are not 0-2. And I'm gonna take Baker Mayfield to manage the game and give Cleveland the victory. So I have Cleveland winning 24-20. So give me Washington with the points, but the Cleveland Browns to win the game.
All right, we have one for the dog pound. Natalie, which way are you going?
Yeah, this one was really too close to call. Yeah, both defenses are. Actually, no. Yeah. Both defenses are pretty bad, but however, I think both quarterbacks are going to do poorly. It's pretty much going to be a defensive game, despite both of them being terrible. So it was a coin flip. Just give me Washington, 17-14.
Okay, we got Flynn with the Browns and Natalie with the no names. Will, what do you say?
Okay, I know I've said on this podcast many of years of how Freddie Kitchens was a joke, but now I think Cleveland will actually have a chance to win this one. And the way that they beat Cincinnati last week, I think that there's a little fire in this team. So with that said, I'm going to take Baker. Give me the Browns 23-17. And about time Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, just like they did last week, they're going to run that football. So that was impressive. So I'll take the Browns by 6.
I can see that one happening too. I can see Baker Mayfield having a very, very good game. It looks like Freddie Kitchens is starting to get those gears in his head going the right way now. Hopefully they can keep that trend going. I picked the Bengals to beat the Browns last week. Of course, I was wrong on that one. But I just don't see the Browns losing to the Redskins. I got the Browns in this one. I got them with a double score, 28-14. Browns will take care of the no names. Now we travel to a very interesting interleague matchup. Minnesota at home. They will be playing against the Tennessee Titans. And Tennessee is only picked by 2. Flynn, what do you say about this?
It's but because I thought Minnesota was actually going to be competitive against the Indianapolis Colts, but they played like the worst team in the NFL over the course of week number 2 that they couldn't stop Jonathan Taylor, who I'm happy I have in my other league. that they couldn't go after the Colts offensive line. But I think Tennessee I think Tennessee, believe it or not, has the advantage in the coaching battle and at the quarterback battle too. That it's embarrassing to say for Vikings fans who have Kirk Cousins of getting $30 million a year, but the reality of the situation is the Titans have the better team, the better coach, better quarterback, and right now the better defense. Anthony Barr isn't playing because he's on injured reserve. They're still without Danielle Hunter. So I'm going to take the Titans to go on the road and win the game, 26-20 over Minnesota.
All right. Flynn says 26-20. Titans take this one. Natalie, what do you see?
This one is going to be a good battle of the offense on both sides. I could easily see Derrick Henry getting a touchdown. Cook's definitely going to get a touchdown. It's going to come down to the last minute in the game, and I believe that Derrick Henry will get the game-winning touchdown with less than a minute left. So give me the Titans 35-20.
All right. Oh, Will, do you see this the same way?
I was going to say this right now. Sorry, Nels. Last week's performance was atrocious. So, yes, I'm going to pick the Titans. This is going to be a slaughterhouse. 31-10 in favor of Ryan Tannehill and the Titans.
Wow. You see it's kind of a blowout there. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make it unanimous. Tennessee, I agree with everything that Flynn said. Better coach, better quarterback. Derrick Henry, who is my top overall pick this year, he has been a stud. He is doing very well so far. And I see the Titans going on the road to Minnesota and defeating them by a score of 24-20.
Yeah, and your first overall pick gets better and better with Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley both hurt. That they were the consensus 1-2, but you went the other way, and you're in a better position than those that have Saquon and McCaffrey.
Man, I feel so bad for Saquon Barkley and for Christian McCaffrey. I mean, those two guys are two young, great, talented running backs. They got bright futures ahead of them, but unfortunate for this to happen to them. Right now, another interesting matchup right here. The Las Vegas Raiders are heading to New England to the big Razor Blade Gillette Stadium to take on the New England Patriots. Vegas is at 2-0, and New England is 1-1, and New England is picked by 5.5. Lynn.
This was the toughest game of the week for me to pick straight up because the Vegas Raiders looked like a bona fide playoff team on Monday night against the New Orleans Saints. That they ran the ball. That the Derek Carr Darren Waller connection was big time. It helped me helped me finish off Marty last week, and it's going to take a little while for the Raiders defense to get going, but Jonathan Abram reminds me a little bit of Ed Reed because he keeps playing so many different areas, and I think he's going to be a difference maker for the Raiders defense for years to come. But I can't pick against Belichick and the Patriots coming off a loss that I just can't. Even Brady or no Brady, that the way Cam Newton played on Sunday night against Seattle, going nearly neck and neck with Russell Wilson again. That was fun to watch, but I can't pick against Belichick and the Patriots. 27-23, the Patriots over the Raiders.
So Flynn sees a very close one with the New England Patriots pulling it off. Natalie.
Yeah, this one was actually a tough one to decide, but I got to give the Raiders their fair shot. They have their new rookie. He's off to a slow start, but I think this is the game where he finally improves. I think Henry Ruggs is going to get his first touchdown of his career, which is going to make the difference in the. So give me the Raiders 24-20.
All right, so Natalia's going with the Raiders win on the road. Will, you're not too far away from. Well, I would say you weren't that far away until they decided to move to Las Vegas. So how do you see this?
This was by far the most difficult pick I had to do. And who would have thought the Raiders would start 2-0 this season? Who would have thought? Not many people.
No.
But Flynn said it again. It's hard to go up against Bill Belichick and a new energy. It's hard as I say it. Raiders lose this one. Give me the Patriots and a close one, 27-21 over the Raiders.
Okay, so Will's going with the Patriots. Flynn's going with the Patriots. Natalia's going with the Raiders. And I'm going to drop the bomb. I am going for the second week in a row. Upset special. I'm taking Las Vegas over New England 27-24.
Yes.
I'm starting to feel some energy from the Raiders that I have not felt in a long time.
Yeah, and Mike Mack is doing a phenomenal job with the Raiders as their general manager.
I mean, this is a very, very interesting surprise here, but I'm picking my upset special for this week: Raiders over the Patriots, 27-24 for the Patriots. All right, Will, let's talk about the 49ers. They're heading to the West Coast to face the New York Giants. Of course, it might be in New York jokes. Let's see on this one. Let's see how they stand up here. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. There we go. Okay, Niners are 1-1, Giants 0-2. The 49ers are picked by 4. Flynn.
As in that you can say in this game that the Giants have the quarterback advantage in Daniel Jones, but I feel for the 49ers fans that lost Solomon Thomas and Nick Bosa for the season due to injuries. They still have Deebo Samuel, Richard Sherman hurt, that Raheem Mostert had a gruesome looking injury as well. Jimmy Garoppolo is probably not going to start, but Nicky Mullins has shown flashes of promise earlier in his career, but I just think that the idea that John Lynch had with building this deep defense, I think that his philosophy will pay off here. I just think the 49ers defense is too deep for Daniel Jones and that banged up offensive line to handle. But I can't pick against the 49ers here. I'll take the Niners over my Giants 27-20.
All right. Natalia, what do you say?
I think this one is actually going to be fairly close. I do like the pickup of Devontae Freeman, but I don't think he's going to be used that much in this first game. I think they're going to take it easy with him and start Dion Lewis. But then again, Devontae Freeman, I think, overall is the better player, so he should be used more. But yeah, they don't have the weapons to break into the Niners' depleted defense. So it's going to be a lot closer than people think, though. Give me the 49ers 20-18.
All right, Natalia, 2018, you see the 49ers taking down Giants. Before we get to Will's pick, let me go ahead and make my pick. I see that even though 49ers got banged up with some injuries, I still think they can pull it off. The Giants are just nothing short of garbage. I mean, I'm sorry, but I got to go. I'm going with 49ers. They can bounce in this one. I got 38-24. I think the Giants are going to get a huge surprise from this backup running back, so they better watch out. So,
yeah, you can make the case, Tim, that the Giants and the Jets are the two worst teams in the NFL. You can absolutely make the case that the two worst teams in football play at MetLife Stadium.
It's pretty sad to think about that. So, okay, Will, let's hear it. Defend your boys.
I'm gonna have to because right now, if you guys heard that the NFL Player Association is agreeing with the Niners that they should check that turf because there was a total of 9 injuries in that game, and it couldn't happen to a better team. Now, for those who also don't know, we promoted Deion Jordan for the practice squad. We just signed Ziggy Anda. Nick Mullins is starting. Jerick McKinnon's going to be our starting running back. So there's going to be a lot of changes for the Niner team. And like John said, the Giants are basically a joke without Saquon. He's done for the season. Our defense is banged up, but hey, we did it with the Jets. Why not with the Giants? So give me my Niners 28-17. And look for Jared back, his nickname, the Jet. Because what he did last week was no less than good. So 2017, Niners over the Giants.
All right, so it looks like we're all on board with the Niners against the Giants. Have an interesting matchup in. Do I really have to talk about this team as much as I can't stand them? They're being visited by the Cincinnati Bengals this week. It's the Cincinnati Bengals against the Philadelphia Chickens. Both teams are 0-2. I'm actually shocked that those Chickens are 0-2. And the Chickens are picked by 4.5. Flynn, what do you got on this one? It looks like a miss for me.
If the Eagles had beaten the Rams though last week, I would have been in perfect 16-0 in picks straight up. But I picked every single game correctly except that Eagles Rams game. But look, I think this is gonna be a wildly competitive game. That that I think Joe Burrow is the real deal in Cincinnati. That he just needs a defense that can keep opposing quarterbacks off the field. But I think you look at you look at how the Cowboys are feeding Zeke. I think the Eagles are going to be doing the same thing to Miles Sanders, which was why I picked him up with my second round pick in fantasy. But I think the Eagles are going to win this game because I think the Eagles have a coaching advantage. For the moment, they have a quarterback advantage, but Cincinnati's defense is going to be leaky at times. So I'll take the Eagles to win the game 31-28. But give me Cincinnati with the points.
All right. Natalie, how do you see this one?
This one is actually going to be pretty close. Actually, I have this game as my my closest in point differential. Yeah, I think this could very well be one of Joe Burrow's best games. If the Bengals were home, I would have taken them, but give me the Philly just by 1 point though, 27-26.
Ooh, that is a close one. Will, how do you see this one?
This is going to be my CTDF toilet bowl game of the week.
That's crazy, given that the Eagles are in this, coming off a Super Bowl championship a few years ago.
The same merit could be put for Cincinnati as well. But Carson Wentz needs to do something now. We don't know when, but now. Now Joe Burrow, okay, I like it. He has a lot of grooming and a lot of work to do, but I don't see this as a watchable game. But for sake here, I was going to take the Eagles 17-10. I don't see this as a high-scored game. There will be some sacks, but Philly should have the edge here. And if they don't win this Sunday, I lost all hope for the Eagles.
Yeah, and also another thing, too, the Eagles have to go to the West Coast to play the Niners on Sunday Night Football in Santa Clara next week. So
You don't say.
Uh-huh. So it looks like them Chickens are going to be running into some trouble next week, but for some strange reason, I hate to say this about Joe Burrow. He is a great guy, but I mean, he still needs a little grooming. Yeah, he's a rookie, but he can do pretty good. But as much as I hate to say this, as much as I hate that team, I gotta go. Filthy Delphia 30, Cincinnati 21. Fly chickens fly.
I guess this
All right.
was a pick that was very difficult for you, Tim, because your facial expression showing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, EDP. I don't know if you're watching, but yeah. Yeah, your chickens. Yeah, they can win this one. You just wait until my boys face you guys here. Ugh. Now, if you'll let me wash the taste of the chickens out of my mouth. Yeah. Now we get to move on to a very interesting matchup. We have the Houston Texans going to Pittsburgh, taking on the Steelers. I wouldn't mind seeing that one. Houston with a rough start, 0-2. Pittsburgh at a surprising 2-0. Pittsburgh is picked by Flynn.
So we have to watch a game with Billy O'Brien being clueless and Billy O'Brien's defense leaking once again. That they've already allowed 34 to Kansas City, 33 to Baltimore, and now you have that offense without DeAndre Hopkins going up against that Pittsburgh defense. This game has 27-17 written all over it. I'm rolling with the Steelers.
All right. Natalie, what you got on this one?
Yeah, this one is going to be a pretty good matchup. Yeah, when the Steelers' offense is healthy, yeah, they're pretty lethal. And now that like Flynn said, now Hopkins gone, and now Will Fuller is dealing with a hamstring injury. That's going to be crucial for the Texans. So give me the Steelers 30-20.
All right, Natalia's going with the Steelers. Will, who are you going with?
I'm sorry. Anything with the name Bill O'Brien with it should not be trusted. And yeah, both Johns made the argument right here. When consistent, healthy, and focused, who can stop Big Ben and the Steelers? And I mean, no disrespect to JJ Watt. Sorry, can't get those brothers apart. I mean, you got pretty much a fight, but not much of a fight. Not here. Steelers 24, Texans 13.
All right, we got 3 for the Steelers, and I might as well go ahead and make it unanimous. Houston's a little bit shaky. Pittsburgh can be shaky at times, but not that often. I picked Pittsburgh to win this one 27-24. So that does it for the 1 p.m. games. Let's go to the 4 o'clock games on Sunday, starting in Indianapolis with this is pretty much the no-brainer game of the week. It's the New York Jets heading to Indianapolis to face the Colts. Colts are 1-1. Jets are 0-2. Flynn, the Colts are picked by 11. Am I looking at that right?
Yeah, 10.5 is my line.
Yeah. Go ahead.
38-16 Colts over the Jets. The Jets are dumpster fire, which is offensive dumpsters and fires, and the Colts are better in every single asset of the game when it comes to this matchup.
Okay, Natalie.
Yeah, I think this one's pretty much going to be the blowout. I mean, normally I don't use these words, but I'm just going to say lock of the week on this one. Give me the Colts 29, the Jets 3.
I think everybody's going to pick this as the lock of the week, guys.
Yeah. Will?
Do I even need to say this? Philip Rivers will finally tell the Jets to put their heads in shame. as they will run through the Jets 30-13. I see Rivers finally putting the Jets out to pass.
Yep, guys, I will agree. This is my lock of the week, and I got the Colts just blowing the hell out of the Jets by a score of 31-14. So I guess nothing else really needs to be said there. Period. Moving on. Let's go to that very beautiful SoFi Stadium right now. The Los Angeles Chargers are at home against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina 0-2. The Chargers are 1-1. 6.5 is the line in favor of the Chargers, Flynn.
Yeah, and the Chargers have been going through a lot of controversy this week over their handling of Tyrod Taylor's injuries. So during treatments, that the team doctors accidentally punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung, and it caused them to miss the game against the Chiefs, which Justin Herbert started. And to Herbert's credit, I thought he played very well in his NFL start, and I think he's going to be a star in the future for the Chargers, but unfortunately for Taylor's regard, he can't sue the team. It's something he has to take up with the local and state governments. But when it comes to this matchup, whether it's Tyrod Taylor or Justin Herbert, I would have argued Herbert starting week number 1 for his development. But going up against Panthers defense, which is a young and inexperienced defense, the Panthers will get better as time goes along, but for this matchup, I'm taking Carolina. I'm taking LA to win 31-20.
All right, Flynn's going 31-20, Chargers over the Panthers. Natalie, what do you say?
Yeah, pretty much the Panthers are a mess right now. In my my original predictions, I had the Panthers finishing with the worst record in the whole NFC. Could very well still happen. As troubling as the Chargers are, the Panthers are far worse. But yeah, give me kind of an obscure score here. Chargers 15, Panthers 9.
Chargers 15, Panthers 9. That's kind of obscure, but I don't see really any problem with that one. Will?
Natalie said the same thing I was going to say. I like Teddy Bridgewater, but they lose Christian McCaffrey. They gained a big deep end Robbie Anderson, but that defense is so over the place that they got to get something going right now. They got Mike Davis, their backup. He's starting, but this is the Chargers' game to win. Justin Herbert, did you look at that performance? He's going to be a treat. So give me the Chargers. It's not going to be a close game. It's going to be a fun one. I'll take Chargers 27, Panthers 20. It's going to be a good watch to see how Justin Herbert can develop with that offense.
Yeah, I actually see the Chargers winning this one too. I can see the Chargers taking this one by a score of 30-24. Again, not exactly a flashy matchup, but I probably wouldn't even pay 2 cents to watch that one either. But maybe this one here, Tampa Bay, the new Brady Bunch going to Denver to take on the Broncos. And right now we have Denver 0-2, Tampa Bay 1-1. Tampa Bay is picked by 6 on the road, Flynn. What do you say?
Yeah, and I think the Buccaneers are going to be a different type of team on Sunday. That I think they're going to be focused on running the football. So, but I think but in this regard, it was all about the Broncos with losing Drew Lock for a significant amount of time, and losing Cortland Sutton for the rest of the year because of an injury of his own. But this had everything set up for the Broncos to be have a good season this year. But I'm going to take Tampa to win and cover here. So I'm going to go 30-20 Tampa over the Broncos.
All right, Flynn's going 30-20 Bucks over the Bronx. Natalia, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I got to go with the team that has the better offense here, and that's clearly the Bucks. Mike Evans is back to his old self. He's healthy now. I think Chris Godwin is pretty close. He'll probably be able to play. I think Gronkowski is finally going to come through. He's finally going to produce for the team. So yeah, give me the Bucks here, 32-24.
All right, 32-24 Bucks, according to Natalie. Champ, what do you think about this one?
I just want to send prayers to the Denver Bronco defense right now.
Yes.
Because this is where they're going to get a little bit roughed up. I got Bucks money, but I'm going to say a name that I thought he retired. Blake Bortles? I thought this guy retired. I thought he was gone off the face of the earth, but wow. He actually has a job?
Yeah, he did things magically to get the Jaguars the championship Sunday, but
yeah,
if Blake Bortles is the answer, I want to know the question.
Well, go ask Denver that, but Bucks 27, Denver 13. I don't see this as much as a good game, but Tom Brady will find a way to scramble that Denver defense. I'm going with Tampa.
And I'm going to make it unanimous. I'm going to go with the Bucks behind Tom Brady. I'm going to say 28-23. Denver may put up a fight, but too much time is just not going to be enough. We are now going to go to Arizona. Not much of a flashy game here in the NFC. Arizona Cardinals are going to be at home against the Detroit Lions. Lions 0-2. Cardinals surprisingly 2-0, and the Cardinals are picked by 5.5. So, Flynn, how do you see this one?
So yeah, I think this is going to be a higher scoring game, but I just think Cliff Kingsbury's offense is going to be too much for a one of the league's worst defenses. That you can make the case right now that the Falcons and the Lions have the two worst defenses in the league. Maybe the Jets, maybe the Panthers in this conversation, but I'm going with Falcons and Lions. Kyler Murray is going to go off on this Detroit secondary, which is rebuilding since 1967. This game has 41-27 written all over it. I'm rolling with the Arizona Cardinals.
Big points for the Cardinals, according to Flynn. Natalie, what do you see here?
Yeah, I got to agree with Flynn here. Yeah, the Cardinals are definitely the more superior team here. Yeah, they know what they're doing. Lions don't really have much going for them right now. I think Galladay might still be injured. Even if he plays, it's not going to matter. Give me the Cardinals in this one, 28-17.
Yeah, in the Miami-Jacksonville game, Ryan Fitzpatrick just ran for a touchdown, so it's 28-7 Miami over Jacksonville.
So it's 28-7 now. Miami Dolphins over the Jaguars with roughly 2 minutes left of the fourth quarter. So, it's only the third quarter. I could say unless Jacksonville can think of something, I think Miami's going to take this one. So back to this one. Will, what do you say for the Lions and the Cardinals?
Oh God. For the Lions, losing Kenny Galladay was something that kind of hurt them these first couple weeks. I mean, I should know. I drafted him. Fantastic. But reports are saying he's expected to play. So we'll find out before kickoff. But, yeah, I mean, out on the tombstone, I mean, what Arizona saw in Kyler Murray is working for him. He has targets after target after target. That defense is good, especially with Jordan Hicks, Buda Baker, Patrick Peterson. Arizona should not lose this game, and that's why I'm going to pick Arizona right here, 38-23.
38-23 Arizona over Detroit. I'm going to make it unanimous once again. I say Kyler Murray has a great game, but I don't see it that being that too far gone. I see 24-17. The Cardinals taking down the Lions here. I just don't see anything with the Lions here. Just nothing that really wants me to attract myself to them. And Kyler Murray, yeah, he's still a young guy, but I think he's got a lot to learn too. But he'll get there. I think I see good things with Kyler Murray, but I'll take the Cardinals over the Lions here, 24-17. Now we get to we go to Seattle. Right, white, north. We have the Seattle Seahawks against my Dallas Cowboys playing. Of course, they're playing in Seattle. And let me get that screen back up here again. Seattle is picked by 5.5. So, Flynn, what do you see this one?
Tim, I'm going with the upset special here, Tim. I'm going with Dallas Cowboys. That this goes against the norm, but here's the difference between Mike McCarthy and Jason Garrett. And you're going to see this on Sunday. That Mike McCarthy is going to have his team buttoned up and laser focused in on Seattle, while Jason Garrett's teams wouldn't have a prayer in this game. I think Seattle's defense, even though they're 2-0, they are a bit leaky, especially when you look at secondary players not named Jamal Adams. Obviously, the Jamal Adams trade paid dividends big time because Jamal Adams made some big stops in the second half against the Patriots, particularly that 2-point conversion attempt, which I didn't have. I had no clue why the Patriots decided to go for 2 in that situation, but I mean, it was you always can ask Josh McDaniels that, but Seattle's defense isn't particularly great. So, but I when schedule came out, I circled this game as one of the early episodes of the season. I'm taking Dallas to win this game, 34-31.
Interesting. Natalie, which way you going?
Yeah, this was one of the more difficult matchups to decide. I think it's going to be a very defensive game. I think both offenses are going to struggle a little bit, but I'm going to take the team that has the slightly better defense right now. I'm going to go with the Seahawks here because I think they have a better group of linebackers and secondaries. They're going to win, but by very little. Give me the Seahawks 26, Dallas 24.
So Natalie going with Seahawks. Will, what do you say?
Oh, man. I'm going to say it again, like I said earlier in the broadcast. Dallas deserves to win this game. And as much as I hate to say it, I'm also going to go with Flynn with my upset of the week because if you guys saw what happened, Quandre Diggs is a scumbag for what he did. He should have been suspended right then from there because there's no play for that here in football. But this is Russell Wilson we're talking about here. He pulls all this magic from his feet. But I think this is where Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, they wake up. So I'm going to join Flynn with my CTF upset of the week. Dallas 35, Seattle 30.
Very, very interesting. Now let's go with my take here. No team should ever win a game after they give up not 1, not 2, but 3 fumbles.
Oof.
And the worst thing, it was in the first quarter alone. And then on top of that, they fail not once but twice on fake punt attempts. And no team is going to win a game like that. But somehow, some way, and something that I could not easily explain to you, the Cowboys come back. The money man, the man who wants his money, passes for past 450 yards and rushes for 3 touchdowns, albeit those touchdowns are like maybe 1 or 2 yarders. First player in NFL history could accomplish that feat. But the main thing about this game was near the very end. When I said the Dallas Cowboys did not recover that onside kick. Those Atlanta turkeys just gave it to them. They just let them have it.
Mm-hmm.
And then all we had to do is just get within Greg the Leg's range. Boom. Cowboys win. I was in a state of shock, and I think I still am, actually. But as far as this week is concerned, I don't think this is the same Seattle Seahawks team that the Cowboys faced last time. They're going up against, in my opinion, the most underrated quarterback in the league. He does his magic. He does it with his arms. He does it with his feet. And I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Say it. Say it.
As much as I love my Cowboys, as much as I love this one, I think they're going to run into a little bit of a problem. I'm praying this does not happen. But I actually have the Seahawks winning 31-24. But I just hope and I pray that the Cowboys can prove me wrong again.
And prove me and Will right.
Right. Your fellow Cowboy buddy Adam Oliver actually has the Seahawks too. I was on the phone. I was talking to him the other day.
Who are you talking to?
Adam Oliver. He actually has the Seahawks winning.
Wow.
I just need Dallas to wake up. Dallas is a good team, but you're right, Tim. This ain't the same Seattle team within the last couple of years.
Right.
And I had Dallas starting 8-1, and which included my pick of the Rams over the Cowboys in Week 1. So I had Dallas winning 8 in a row. This is game number 2 of their 8-game winning streak that they're playing on Sunday.
Uh-huh. All right, let's go to a very, very, very good matchup for Sunday Night Football. We got the Green Bay Packers against the New Orleans Saints at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Saints are 1-1, Packers 2-0. The Saints are picked by 3 in this one. So, Flynn, what do you see about this Sunday night matchup?
Yeah, but I'm going with the Packers on this game. That Aaron Rodgers is playing with the chip on his shoulder after the Jordan Love pick. That the Packers offensive line has been fantastic. Devontae Adams is balling like I thought he would, and you look at the Saints. They had the 2 big moments of the Saints' loss against the Raiders were the 2 giveaways. So the interception that Drew Brees threw, ill-advised, it turns into basically 10 points because the Raiders got the second half kickoff, and then the Raiders lose a fumble in the 4th quarter. The Saints recover, but they only got 1 first down and had to punt, and then the Raiders scored a touchdown to recover. Listen, Michael Thomas isn't going to play on Sunday night, and I think the Packers will take advantage, especially with secondary. I think that their defense is the most underrated in the league. I like the Packers in an upset here, 32-28 over the New Orleans Saints.
So Flynn's got the Pack. Oh, Natalie, who do you got?
Yeah, this one was really tough. Yeah, part of me wanted to pick the Packers because Michael Thomas, I believe, is still out. But however, I think I think the other receivers are going to step up. I think Jared Cook will definitely help them. But both running backs are going to have a good game. Aaron Jones is going to have a great game. Kamara's going to have a great game. It's going to go down to the wire. Both teams are going to score in the 30s here. Give me the Saints 36, Packers 31.
Natalie going with the Saints. Will.
I'm still rewinding those images on how the Saints lost to the Raiders. Is this, and I quote this from Max Kellerman, is this the year that Drew Brees goes over the cliff? Is this where Brees says, I had enough? I don't know. He did okay, but they're at home against the Packers, and like Flynn says, big chip on the shoulder. He's done well, even with Devontae Adams having a small injury. Lazard stepped up. Valdez-Scantling stepped up. And, Aaron Jones, last week, good performance for those who have him on fantasy anywhere in the world. But this was the hardest pick I have to do here. I contemplated this with James and Jason and Cedric, all Saints fans, by the way. But careful consideration. Sorry, boys. Green Bay is going to win this one very close, 33-30. This discount double check is here to stay.
All right. Well, we got Will going with the Packers on this one. This was probably my second most difficult pick this week. I say that the Saints are going to be coming in with a chip on their shoulder after losing that game last week to Las Vegas. Packers are coming in 2-0, but I believe Mr. 300 Drew Brees is going to get the job done. He's going to get at least 300 yards passing in this game. I am actually going to take the Saints over the Packers, but it's going to be by a field goal, 30-27. The Saints are going to march in and take the victory on this one. Now, let's talk about what I consider the most difficult game to pick. This is, I'm sure everyone can agree, the game of the week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it's on Monday Night Football, ESPN. The defending champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, going into Baltimore to take on those Ravens. You've got probably the top two quarterbacks in the league today going head to head. That is like a marquee matchup of epic proportions. And the Ravens are picked by 3.5. So, Flynn, what about this great main event?
When the schedule came out, I'm rolling with the Baltimore Ravens because to win a championship this year, and when it's all said and done, at Arrowhead the last 2 years, it's going to be a different animal when the two teams play in Baltimore on Monday night. But this was a game where I have the in the draft and in the offseason, improving the team's biggest weaknesses. And when it's all said and done, I think the Ravens will win this game. They'll be the best team in football in Tuesday's 55 in Tampa, Florida. Ravens 34, Chiefs 27. That's right.
Whoa. Got the Ravens on this one. So, Natalie, what do you think about this biggie?
Yeah, this one is definitely the most difficult one to decide. I think this game, we're pretty much going to see a bloodbath here. It's going to be a super high-scoring game. Both defenses are going to be really bad. I'm going to go out on a kind of a limb here. I don't think any running backs are going to get touchdowns. I think it's basically going to be all the touchdowns are going to see are going to be the wide receivers. And also, I'm going to go a little crazy here. I'm going to be the first person to say this word on this channel. I think we're going to have a scoreagami here. So
Origami.
yeah. So my scoring prediction is going to be pretty high. Give me the Ravens 44, the Chiefs 39.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Scoregami is so basically, Natalia, can you explain what scoregami is? Because I know what it is.
It means it's a score that has never happened before in the league. Not a single game has had a final score by that number.
Wow. Wow, where do we come up with these things?
Mm-hmm.
Got me on this one. So we got 2 for the Ravens. Will, what do you say?
What do I say? 2 of the best right now, but in later mode. I see Mahomes and Lamar Jackson elite for years to come. What's not to take away from both these quarterbacks? And Natalie said what I was about to say. The defenses, they're going to have a hard time blocking, trying to find where the football is, and most of all, trying to maintain either and or in this situation. And this is going to suck for all Kansas City fans, as much as I hate to say this, contemplating it with the Las Vegas spread. But the win goes to Lamar cheat code on Madden 2021 Jackson right here. Give me the Ravens 35, Kansas City 31, and this will be better than that Washington game, whatever that was back there. So 35-31 Baltimore over Kansas.
Yeah, this took me a little time to probably dissect this whole thing. I mean, I pretty much agree with what Natalie said. The running backs probably not going to make any touchdowns or anything, maybe 1 or 2 here and there, but mostly these touchdowns are going to come through the air. And after intense deliberations on this one, I gotta go with a slight edge over. I gotta go with a slight edge. Give it to the Ravens, and I see the Ravens taking this one in a high-scoring game. Not as high-scoring as the Chiefs versus the Rams on Monday Night Football 2 years ago, but it's going to be high-scoring nonetheless. I got the Ravens winning this one 38-35. This will, of course, be the game of the week. So y'all check out ESPN for that game on Monday night. And with that, I think we have come to the end of another CTDF Fantasy Football show. But before we go off the air, I need to get with Flynn. If I'm not mistaken, his latest episode of Hooked on Sports is out right now. What you got for this week?
Same thing as a couple weeks ago that I expanded my thing, so it's gonna be twice a week now. Once my regular show, and the other is for my weekly NFL picks. Both episodes are up, and I'll be doing more as the NFL season rolls along.
All right, folks, you got it right there. Check out Hooked on Sports on anywhere you can find podcasts, Apple, Spotify, anywhere. Look up Hooked on Sports. You're going to get some good stuff from our man Flynn. John Flynn, great having you with us again. Always, my buddy. John Natalie, our commissioner, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Our two-time champ, Will Medina, thank you, buddy.
There you go.
And before we go, let's have one more update on the game that is currently going on right now.
Yep, I'm checking that right now. It's the Dolphins currently have a 28-7 lead. We have 13:52 left in the fourth quarter.
So it looks like for everyone who picked Miami, you're going to get your first point of the week. So looks like that's the way that's going. So we will see y'all next week. We will preview week 4 as this 2020 season is in full swing right now. So on behalf of John Flynn, John Natale, and Will Medina, my name is Tim McClellan. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, folks, be a good sport. See ya.
All right, later.
Catch you guys later.